Hey guys, today's video is going to be a Sunday haul. So I haven't done one of these in a while, but I got a lot of new things in this week that I got a chance to try out. So I thought it'd be a good time to do one. And if you're new here, these are videos where I unbox and swatch everything that I get in throughout the week. It's kind of vlog style. And then at the end of the video, I do little mini reviews about the things that I did get a chance to try out. So it's kind of like part haul, part review. If you're not into the haul part and you want to skip over me unboxing everything, I'll have timestamps down below, and that way you can just skip over to the review section if you're more interested in that. So if that sounds good, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Good morning, guys. It's Monday. I just got a bunch of things in over the weekend, and I thought this would be a good week to do a Sunday haul because I don't know what the rest of the week holds, but I have enough here right now to do a whole video. So I think I just need to open this up and start sorting through, and I figured I might as well do it on camera. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so let's start out with a new palette from Viseart, one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow brands. So very, very excited about this one. And I don't speak French, so I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name here, but it translates into like Starry Night in Paris. And when I saw the photo on the card that they sent me of the color story, it does remind me a lot of the Starry Night painting from Vincent van Gogh. So I think that's kind of what they were going for here. It says that it has 12 shades of sculpt, shimmer, and smolder in obsidian, blackberry, pewter, and ink with moonlit shimmers and midnight mattes for nightfall. So I guess it's kind of supposed to be more of like an evening type palette, a little bit deeper and smokier. It's $44 on their website. So let's open this up and take a quick look. Oh, I love how it has the stars on the actual packaging. That's really, really cute. And inside, you always have this little layer here to kind of protect it. And okay, this is actually really beautiful. It is a little deeper and smokier here on the bottom row, but the entire palette isn't super dark. And I like that as somebody with more fair skin. I don't often wear really deep and smoky colors. So on this top row here, you have a lot of just lighter and more mid-tone mattes. And then this whole middle row is just beautiful shimmers, mid-tone, and also lighter ones as well. So I guess there's just no highlight shade. It just mainly starts with what, colors I would use in my crease. But otherwise, this looks really, really pretty. So I guess let's just go ahead and swatch this out and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so here it is all swatched out. This is just gorgeous. Everything swatched really well. I would say the one shade that I had a little bit of trouble with was this blue one right here. And I don't know what it is, not just with Viseart, but with most brands. I noticed that darker blue shadows tend to just not pick up as well. They can sometimes go on a little patchy. I don't know what it is, if it's a formulation thing or what, but everything else swatched beautifully. The matte shades are that really silky smooth formula that we've come to know and love from Viseart. Also, the shimmer shades, I mean, look at how beautiful these are. They're just straight up metallics. This one has a little bit of micro glitter in it, just to kind of, I think, mimic the Starry Night a little bit. But they're just so creamy, really foiled. I feel like these two would make amazing lid shades, even just one and done, like on those days when I'm in a hurry. So overall, definitely a smokier, deeper vibe, but you do still have some lighter tones to play with in here as well if you want to. So I think this is a really gorgeous one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Next up, I got a package from Moira, and I did glance in the box really quick, and I saw that they sent over their new baked blushes, so I was really excited, but I didn't really take a close look at everything. So yeah, this just says this is their new arrivals. So let's take a look. Yeah, over here we have the baked blushes. It looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 shades altogether. And then also just a couple of new face products. So let's look at these really quick and then we'll swatch the blushes. So in here we have a 16-hour seal glue primer. This is an ultimate grip and hydrating, maybe something similar to like the Milk Hydro Grip or the e.l.f. one. And then over here we have the 16-hour seal setting spray. It says it's transfer proof, waterproof, oil-free, and gives a mattifying effect. So very interesting. I'm just going to quickly take a look at the primer and see what the texture is like. Just put a little on the back of my hand. It's definitely much thicker
than something like the Milk Makeup. So maybe it's not a dupe, it could just be like their own thing. It's hard to tell with Moira because sometimes they're duping products and then other times they come out with their own creations. But yeah, I mean, this definitely, it has a little bit of a thicker feel. It might be kind of similar to like the NYX glue primer, but maybe not exactly that either. It has a thicker feel, but also I just noticed that it made my skin look really plump and dewy. Like compared to the other one, it just has a lot of moisture to it. It feels really nice, while at the same time it has that little bit of a tacky, grippy kind of feel, but it's slick at the same time. It's really hard to explain. So I'm definitely interested to try this one out for sure. And then also we have the setting spray. I'm just going to move this box out of the way so I don't get it wet, but I do want to just try to spray my hand quick and see what the sprayer is like on this one. So, ooh, look at that. It's like a really nice fine mist. That is perfect. I love how that just went on. So, okay, definitely we'll be testing these out this week and I'll let you know my thoughts. Okay, then back to the blushes. So like I said, we have 8 shades. I'm just gonna open these up quickly and we will do some swatches. All right, so here are all the shades. These look so beautiful. I cannot wait to swatch these. So I'm just gonna go one by one. The first one is called Wedding Cake. This is shade 001. Looks like a really beautiful kind of mid-tone pink. So these have that same kind of baked feel, very smooth and also with a little bit of a sheen. But surprisingly, these don't look glittery like the Milani ones can be. I know those can be a little bit intense. These have a sheen to them, but more like a highlighter without the glitter. It's more of a pearlized effect, I would say. So that shade is really gorgeous. Next up is shade number 2, Cinnamon Roll. And here's what that one looks like. This one is a beautiful kind of coppery brown shade. Then number 3 is Anko Tart. And here's what that one looks like. That one I think I would have to use pretty sparingly if I were going to wear it because it's a little bit of a deeper shade. Next up is Blueberry Muffin, which isn't really blue at all. It's more of a purple, but you guys know how much I love a purple blush. So let's see what this one looks like. Oh wow, this one is really, really pretty. So it's a little bit of a deeper purple. Again, I think I would have to use it sparingly, but it's really beautiful. And I'm loving how these have that little bit of a glow, but nothing too sparkly. So hopefully it's not going to highlight texture. These remind me a little bit of the finish on the RMS blushes, how those just have that little hint of sheen and just make your cheeks look a little bit glowy without going over the top. So these I think are going to be amazing. All right, shade number 5 is Rose Cupcake. So this one is a little bit of a lighter shade. It's beautiful. It has more of a cool tone behind it as opposed to the first one, which I felt like was a little more of a warmer pink. So this one has a little bit more of that cool undertone. Next we have Strawberry Macaron. This is number 6. This one also looks like just the most beautiful cool tone pink. So here's what this one looks like. I did notice that these two and the first one had a little bit more of the like highlighter running through it, like the lighter tone that was inside. There was a little bit more of that than the base color. So I think that's why these are coming out maybe a little more shiny than these ones were. But still, they are not glittery at all. If I look even close up, I don't see glitter particles. So either way, I don't think they're going to be too crazy. Next up, shade 7 is Peach Cobbler. So here's that one. Oh, that is beautiful too. If you're looking for more of a warm tone, but like in a lighter shade than some of these, that is so pretty. And then last but not least, we have shade number 8, which is Cherry Crumble. So this one is also more of a warm tone pink, but super pretty. So here's the full 8 shades. What do you guys think? I cannot wait to try these. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'll be testing these out this week for sure. All right, next up, I got a box from BK Beauty, and I just saw that Nikki LaRose had launched a new brush collection with them. So I'm guessing that's probably what this is. I haven't actually opened it yet. So let's take a look. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So this is volume 2. I do have her original brush set as well and absolutely love it. BK Beauty brushes are some of the best and probably the ones that I reach for the most often. So I'm excited to see what's in here. We're going to open this up, and what's this? Oh, it looks like there's a mirror that she designed as well. All right, let me just open these and we'll take a look. Okay, so here's a look at the mirror first. This is so pretty. So it's just a small handheld mirror, really beautiful design. And I just noticed that this is not BK Beauty. On the box here, it says Makeup by Nikki LaRose. I didn't even know she had a makeup line. I'm gonna have to go to her website and just see what's over there. I'm not sure if it's just like mirrors for now or, you know, what's there, but I'm definitely gonna check that out because I love her channel. I just haven't been watching a ton of YouTube lately, so I might be out of the loop. But anyway, that's where the mirror is from. That one is not BK Beauty. So I guess I'll just go through all 8 brushes really quickly. I don't have a ton of information about them, but I just have the names over here. So first up, we have the N18 Ultimate Contour. So that's like a really fluffy chiseling brush. Then the next one is the N19 Ultimate Coverage. It's kind of like a triangle shape. So this would be great for like getting into the corners of your face, like around your nose, under your eyes, stuff like that. So that's a really cool design as well. This one, I feel like something happened here. Um, it looks like it's coming apart, and I don't believe that's intentional because I saw the brush on the actual box and it doesn't have that. At first I was like, oh, maybe this is some kind of new thing where it's supposed to bend back and forth, but no, I think it actually is just coming apart there and I can't get it back together. So I think this one is just defective, unfortunately, but this is called the N20 Ultimate Diffuser. So it's like a smaller brush, maybe for highlighter or to diffuse blush. It looks like a really nice brush. It's very soft, but I don't know what happened there. Next, we have the N20S, which is just a small version of that. It's also the ultimate diffuser, so this might be great for diffusing eyeshadow or on smaller areas of your face. The N21, we have a precision blender. This is a really tiny little pencil brush. I love that for detail work. Then we have the N22, which is the Petite Dome blender. So this one, even though it doesn't look like it would be soft, it's actually very, very soft. Then you have the N23 Mini Multi-Detailer. This is going to be amazing for my outer corner because I love using a flat brush to pack eyeshadow on in that area, but because I have hooded eyes and not a ton of lid space, a small brush like that is going to be so perfect. And then we have the N24 Small Packer. So this, again, just for packing eyeshadow right onto your lid. And if you have smaller lids, I think this is a great size. It's nice and small. So anyway, that's the entire brush collection from Nikki LaRose. Like they did with the last one and also with Angie's brush collection, eventually they will release them singly. So if you don't want to buy the whole set, but certain brushes catch your eye, just stay tuned because at some point coming soon, probably in the next few months, I'm sure they're going to release these all separately. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Next up, we have something new from Too Faced, and this is their Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek Color. Oh my gosh, so excited. I love the Cloud Crush powder blushes. Those are amazing. So this is just a new whipped formula, and it says it's a cloud-like kiss of color for lips and cheeks. They're hyaluronic oil-infused lip and cheek color that hydrates skin and blurs texture for a soft focus flush that blends beautifully and wears for 12 hours. And it looks like there are 8 shades altogether, and it says they smell like toasted marshmallows. So, all right, definitely we're gonna open these up and do some swatches. All right, so here are all the shades that they come in, and I just wanna quickly show you the packaging up close. So here's a look at the tube, and I'll show you the applicator. So it just has like a regular doe foot style applicator. And this is the Super Candy Clouds shade, which they also have in the powder version. So I just want to quickly show you what the texture looks like, and we'll see how blurring it is. So let's see. Yeah, it definitely has more of that moussey type formula. And I'm just going to blend that out. Oh, wow. All right, so it is definitely blurring on the skin. It almost feels like you're putting on a blurring primer or something. It has that type of feel to it. That's what it looks like on, but I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch all the colors and I'll show you what they look like. All right, so here are all the colors. We have Hopeful Romantic up here, then Love Potion, Red Velvet, then Bed of Roses, awesome song by the way, Milk and Cookies, Headliner, then Peach Blur, and Super Candy Clouds. So when I was swatching these, I was thinking that the colors, like a lot of the colors, look kind of dull. I'm used to brands coming out with these really like bright, fun blush colors, but then I remembered that these are also supposed to be used on your lips, and I think they probably didn't want to go too crazy with the shades just because, you know, these are the types of colors that most people would wear on their lip. So I think that's probably why they kept most of the colors more on the neutral side. But what do you guys think? Are you interested in this formula? I will be trying it out this week for sure, so I'll let you know my thoughts. All right, next we have a couple new mascaras. The first one is from Milk Makeup. This is their Kush Big Hit Volumizing Mascara. So there's a ton of info here. So I don't want to read all of this, but I just want to kind of hit some of the points. So it says here that it has weightless cloud fiber tech to puff up the lashes for light as air volume. It has their hemp seed oil, muru muru butter, vegan waxes, and intense black pigment. It also is supposed to lift your lashes for up to 12 hours with no clumping, smudging, or flaking. So it looks like it's supposed to be just a super lightweight formula and something that's not going to weigh your lashes down. They have before and afters right here. So let's just open it up and take a look. To be honest with you, I haven't really used a non-tubing mascara in a long time, just because I find those to be a lot easier to remove and they don't smudge under your eyes, but this one claims that it doesn't, so I definitely still want to try it. They also gave me an eyelash curler here, but I'll just show you what the brush looks like. So it is kind of a bigger brush. That's another thing I'm not crazy about when it comes to mascaras. I usually like the smaller wand, but I still want to try it. I love Milk's tubing mascara. They do have one and it's fantastic. And I did like the original Kush, but I felt like it smudged under my eyes. So hopefully this one won't. I also got a new one from Thrive Cosmetics and I was super excited because obviously the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions, the original, is the best tubing mascara of all time. And it's the one that I pretty much compare every other tubing mascara too. So they've come out with a new one. They sent me the original and also a little mini, but this is the new one. And it's actually a dark gray color. So this is really cool. It's called Whitney and it's charcoal gray. And it says that it's for when black feels too bold, but brown is too warm. And I wish more companies made a gray mascara because it's so true. If you don't want the dramatic black lashes, or if you have like blonde hair or just lighter colored lashes in general and you don't want the black, usually the only other option is a brown. But if you're wearing a cooler toned eye look or something, a gray just totally makes sense. So I love this idea. I'm definitely gonna try this out and let you guys know what I think, but let me just show you the color. So this is the wand, what it looks like. And I'll just put a little bit on my hand if I can, just to show you what the color looks like. So you could see it's a darker gray, but definitely a lot softer than a black would be. So I just wanted to share this really quick that they have this now. I think it's such a great option. And like I said, I wish more companies would do this. I also got a package from Persona and they have their new and improved formula for their Day Mask Peptide Lip Balm. So I liked the original. I'm not quite sure why they reformulated, but it looks like the packaging might be a little bit different too. And I do remember the original ones exploding, like the packaging would just leak everywhere. So I'm guessing that they probably improved that. These actually look kind of similar to the Ulla Henriksen packaging now, but they have a pomegranate shade and they also sent me Kiss and Bubble, but it looks like they have 4 shades altogether. It looks like there's another one here. And these are available both on their website and also at Ulta. And on the packaging, it says the advanced formula combines peptides, squalane, and hyaluronic acid to provide daily hydration and protection, infused with blueberry, peach, and pomegranate fruit extract to leave lips feeling smooth, soft, and nourished. So, all right, I'm just going to swatch these for you guys real quick. I just want to show you the new packaging first. So this is what the tube looks like. The applicator is almost identical to something like the Summer Fridays ones or the new ColourPop dupes, the Fresh Kiss. It's that rubbery applicator. So this is the shade Kiss, which is a red. Really pretty. And I don't wear reds that often, but when I do, I like to wear a red lip gloss or balm just because it's not quite as intense. You get a little bit of a softer red there. This is really pretty and it feels like it's going to be a super nice formula. So I can't wait to try these out. Next we have pomegranate. This is kind of like a wine color. That's really beautiful too. Perfect for the fall time. And then Bubble, of course, is their light pink. I love the Bubble blush. It's one of my favorite colors. And this one, yeah, it's just really soft. It's probably not gonna give you that much color, just a hint of pink. So anyway, I will be trying these out this week. I'll let you know what I think of the formula, but I do love that it has peptides. It's great for anti-aging and all of that. So I'll keep you guys updated. What's up, guys? It's Wednesday. I just got a couple things in, one last night, and then I got 2 things in this morning. So first up is from Clarins, and this is their Total Eye Lift. So it says that it gives retinol performance, but I don't think it actually has retinol. It says it has a retinol alternative, and also this biotech extract for long-term lift, minimized wrinkles, and crow's feet. And the before and afters look pretty good. The little asterisk here does say results are above average. So they're giving you like the absolute, best case scenario. But it also says it has a comfortable balm texture for a 30-second eye lift. Obviously, if I start using this today, by the end of the video, I'm not really going to be able to tell you too much about it because skincare definitely takes time to work. But if any of you guys have tried this and you like it, let us know like what your results were, if it's worth it. I just want to quickly see what the texture looks like. I'm going to put a little on the back of my hand. Oh yeah, it does have this really like kind of cushiony, balmy texture. That feels really nice, but it's not too thick either. I feel like it's absorbing in easily. So yeah, just let us know your results down in the comments and whether this is worth buying, because I think it's probably pretty expensive. It's Clarins. Oh, also it has a refill. So that's an option too. It has this little canister, so when you finish one, you can buy a refill for it too. So that's really nice. Anyway, let us know your thoughts. I also got a box from Too Faced, and this is their new Born This Way foundation. So apparently it's been reformulated. It says our #1 foundation is now even better, but I'm not really sure exactly what they did. All it says is 24-hour hydration unlocked. So maybe it's more hydrating. It says that it has 24-hour wear plus hydration in an undetectable finish. And it says here, if we didn't get your perfect match, let us know and we'll send you a new shade. They sent me nude. So, I mean, it looks pretty good. Maybe just slightly too dark, but let's see. I haven't tried Born This Way foundation in a while. I want to say it's been at least a few years. So I don't really remember too much about it, but I do remember that I liked it. So, yeah, I think this color is probably going to be a little bit too warm for me and slightly too dark, but I mean, I could probably make it work. I definitely want to try it for the video and let you guys know my thoughts. But I do remember this being more of a full coverage foundation, but also looking really skin-like. So I'll be sure to try it out on camera this week. Whether it's more hydrating or not, I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember the original that well, and I don't know if it's going to be like this huge difference that I'll be able to tell. But either way, we'll see how it looks on my skin. Okay, and then get ready for some swatches because I have a lot of products in this box. This is from Morphe, and they have a new lipstick. This is called the Lip Filter. Here, let me just tip it down so you can see what it says. It's the Lip Filter Hydro Plump Soft Matte Lipstick. So this seems to be a really big trend right now. I know CoverGirl came out with theirs. We have the Violet Bisou Balms. Lots of really similar matte lipsticks on the market that lean more toward a balm texture. So this says it's a silky smooth matte that never looks flat. And then they also sent their signature lip pencil. It says it's back in even more shades. So there's a bottom drawer here, and I have all of their lip liners. So I definitely want to swatch these. I guess we'll start with the lipsticks first, and then I'll show you the liners. So just quickly, a close-up look at the packaging. It looks really slim and sleek. And then here's what the bullet looks like. It has the little M in the top. It's a twist up. Very similar to like those new L'Oreal ones that they came out with maybe last year, I want to say. But I'm hoping that these aren't quite as drying as those are. These say that they're silky and smooth. So, all right, let's go ahead and do some swatches. All right, so this first shade is called Velvet. Ooh, look how smooth this is. And really pigmented in one swipe. Like I went over it a little bit, but it's just because my wrist is bumpy here. Like otherwise that just went on beautifully. And it is more of like a soft matte. It doesn't feel like one of those dry mattes that's tugging. This one's called Haze. Yeah, just really, really creamy. That's beautiful. Next up we have Beret. And these don't seem to have a scent, by the way. The next shade is Plush. Ooh, I love this one. It's kind of like that moody 90s color. It's like a little bit brown, a little bit rosy. Then we have Suede, which is more of a brown, a little bit warmer. Then we have Souffle. A lot of these are actually pretty warm toned so far. Next up we have Whipped. Ooh, I love this color. That one is so pretty. It's like a Your Lips but better. All right, then we have Dearest. It's like kind of a peachy pink. Then Honey is like a lighter nude color, maybe a little bit of peach behind it as well. Then we have Petal. This is another like Your Lips but better kind of shade. Then this one is Teddy. It's like a really pale nude. And the last shade is Ballet, which is a pale pink. So these are all the shades. I think these run pretty deep for the most part. You have a lot of dark colors here on this side, and then maybe just a couple of mid-tones, and then you have the lighter options. So overall, I do think it is a really pretty range. Not a lot of cool tones in here, though. It's all very warm. Anyway, those are the lipsticks. All right, then when it comes to the liners, I just want to see what the formula is like. So this is the shade Bubble Bath. It's a pale pink, and I'm just curious how creamy these are. They're the regular wooden pencils, so they're not a twist up. You have to sharpen these. But, oh yeah, really, really creamy. And not too creamy, though. And I think that's perfect because when it comes to lip liners, if they're too creamy, they're going to slide around everywhere. You want it to be just enough, but also to kind of stay put and create that nice border. This is actually a beautiful color, by the way. It's like a cool tone pink. Reminds me a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Light. So I'm going to swatch these next to some higher end ones that I have and see if we can find any dupes. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and swatch all the colors. I'll show you what those look like, and then we'll do some comparisons. All right, so here are all the colors swatched. We have Nightcap, Rock Steady, Trendsetter, Berry Cola. I actually really like that one. Brulee, Sugar Pie, Whipped, Makeup Talk. Then this warmer one here is Sweet Tea. Then we have Junior Sweet, Girl Talk, which is a cool tone pink, Spiffy, Dearest, Honey, Wifey, and then Bubble Bath, which also is cool tone. So we do have some cooler options within the lip liners, and these look like they're going to be really good. So I just want to do a few comparisons with some lip liners that are my current favorites that are high end, and we'll see if we can find any color matches. Okay, so the first one I have is Pillow Talk Fair from Charlotte Tilbury. I think I said light before, I meant fair. So that's one of my absolute favorite lip liners of all time, and I think Morphe's Bubble Bath is really similar. So I'll show you Pillow Talk Fair. And then here's Bubble Bath next to it. By the way, I love how huge these liners are. I feel like they're gonna last a really long time. Not really seeing a ton of difference between them. I think you'll get a similar effect with Bubble Bath if you like Pillow Talk Fair. Then when it comes to actual Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, I think Girl Talk is probably the closest dupe, and who knows, maybe with the name they were even, that's what they were going for. But original Pillow Talk, I feel like it's a little bit warmer than Pillow Talk Fair. That one definitely is cooler. This one maybe has like a slight bit of a peachy pink to it. And this is Girl Talk. Well, maybe they're not identical. I think Girl Talk is maybe slightly cooler in tone. Yeah, so they're actually not the same. Hold on, let me just try another one, Wifey, because this one I think was a little bit warmer, maybe like a little peachier. So let me see what Wifey looks like next to Pillow Talk. This one's too warm. So yeah, Pillow Talk Original is somewhere, sorry, these are probably distracting you now. Pillow Talk Original's in the middle, and that one is somewhere between Wifey, which is this one, and Girl Talk, which I think is a little bit darker and maybe cooler in tone. So I don't see a dupe for original Pillow Talk. Another favorite lip liner of mine is the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in Wherever Walnut, and I think this one in Makeup Talk looks pretty similar. So let's take a look. I actually need to sharpen this one. I use it a lot. So Wherever Walnut, it's more of a neutral, it's a brown, but it has some pink in it. So it's not like a straight up brown. It's a little bit warmer, but I love this color. And then this is Makeup Talk. I thought these were gonna look really similar. Makeup Talk might be slightly deeper, but similar vibe. It's the brown with a little bit of pink behind it. So not exact dupes, but kind of close. And then I also really wanted to find a dupe for Max Spice because this is one of my favorite lip liners heading into the fall. It's beautiful. I don't wear warm tones that often, but I just love this color so much. So that's Spice. And I was thinking Whipped might be pretty close. So let's see. No, Whipped I think is a little bit more rosy. It's not quite the same, but I do have another one. Sugar Pie, I think also might be kind of similar. Let's see. No, I think Spice is just a little bit spicier. Like it has a little bit of the orange behind it, a little more. Yeah, neither one of these is quite the same as Spice, but they're still beautiful. I think awesome fall options. So really, I feel like the closest one that I could dupe is Pillow Talk Fair with Bubble Bath, and I can definitely see myself wearing that one a lot because Pillow Talk Fair is one of my favorite lip liners. So anyway, guys, that's everything that I have for today. I'll keep you updated if anything more comes in throughout the week. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I just got one package in that I wanted to show you really quick. This is from One Size, and it's their new airbrushed finishing powder. So it says that it gives an airbrush silk finish, that it has sheer dimensional coverage, 12-hour wear, and it's available in 10 flexible shades. It's available at Sephora, TikTok Shop, and their website. So they sent 2 shades, Fair and Light. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to be Fair, but let me just see. Here's what this shade looks like. It's pretty light. Let me just see what the light one looks like, but I have a feeling like a lot of times light can be a little more yellow and warm. So if that's the case, I might just go with the Fair. Oh geez, I just stuck my thumb in it. All right, so yeah, I feel like the light is maybe a little warmer and a little too deep for me, so I'm probably just gonna use this one. I just wanna quickly swatch this and see what it feels like. So it definitely has that baked powder feel. It's really, really smooth. And when you put it on, I'm trying to see if it has any type of like glow or glitter. I don't see anything, and right where I put it, look at how smooth that just made my skin. That actually looks really gorgeous, and it's not a flat matte. Like it doesn't have shimmer to it, but it has just the hint of something. It looks really skin-like and natural. It's kind of reminding me of Hourglass Dim Light because that's the one Hourglass powder that I feel like it doesn't have the little micro glitters, and it just makes my skin look really smooth. But even that, I think, has more glow than this does. This really didn't give anything. So I'm super excited to play with this. It looks like it's going to be a really, really smoothing powder. It also does say that it's non-drying and that there's no flashback, and that it has a skin-like finish and it's supposed to blur textures. So looks really cool. I will keep you guys updated and let you know at the end of the video what my thoughts are. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the mini reviews. So I'll start with some face products first. I have the Moira Glue Primer. I actually really liked this a lot, and it does remind me of the NYX one. So I think it's more so a dupe or something similar to that versus the Milk Hydro Grip Primer or the e.l.f. Primer that have more of a gel texture. This is definitely more of that glue. I think it has a little bit more moisture than the gel ones have. So like I said, it does remind me of the NYX one. If you like that, I think you'll probably enjoy this too. The first time I used it, I put it on just one half of my face because I wanted to see how it compared to the side without it. And I have to say, I really did like the way that my foundation looked on the side with the primer than without. And this isn't necessarily a pore blurring primer or anything like that, but I just felt like my makeup looked smoother on top of this. For whatever reason, it just didn't sink into my pores as much. I think it's because this creates more of a barrier between your skin and the product, so it's less likely to settle. I just thought that on the side without the primer, my foundation just looked a little bit more textured, or I should say my skin looked a little bit more textured. But as far as longevity goes, I'm not sure. I felt like my foundation held up really well on both sides of my face, but that also could be because I was wearing the Too Faced Born This Way, and this is already a very long wearing foundation. So I think it would be a better test if I try this with a foundation that's maybe a little bit more slippery or that doesn't have great longevity, so I can see if maybe it can extend the wear of something like that. But with the Born This Way foundation, it really didn't seem to make that much of a difference, but I did really think my skin looked a lot better on the side with the primers. So I'm definitely going to continue to play with this and use it with other foundations. When it comes to the Born This Way, again, like I said earlier when I was unboxing it, I don't really remember the original that well. It's been years since I used it, but I did think that this has a really nice finish. It's very skin-like for a formula that's full coverage. I mean, it really is a lot more coverage than I've been wearing these days. I usually go for a skin tint or something that has pretty light coverage. So putting this on definitely felt heavy to me, but at the same time, I didn't have cake face. It never looked dry. It didn't cling to flakes on my nose or anything. It really did look smooth the entire day. I did notice by the end of the night, like I mentioned with the primer, that it was starting to maybe settle a little bit into the pores on my cheek and my forehead lines a little bit. Like, if I scrunch up my forehead, like most of the time when I first apply my makeup, you can't really see my forehead lines, but over time, as things settle throughout the day, then it starts to, you can start to notice them a little more. And I noticed it with this on the non-primer side. So it wasn't something immediate. That was maybe after like 10 hours of wear, but this held up so beautifully. It really looked almost flawless. It hadn't started to break down at all, even at the 10-hour mark. And I do have dry skin, so keep that in mind. I don't normally have issues with foundation lasting on me unless it's something that's really slippery or really emollient, or maybe it's like really humid outside. But most of the time I don't really have an issue, but I did feel like this was particularly long lasting. So I enjoyed this. I don't feel like I'm going to reach for it super often because I don't wear full coverage foundation much these days, but when I do need one, I think this is one of the better ones. I think it looks more natural than most of the other ones that I've tried. Also, let's talk about this new One Size Silk Powder. It's funny because after I tried this, I went on the Sephora website and I was reading the reviews, and they're either amazing, like 5-star reviews, or they're 1-star. And a lot of the 5-star reviews are the incentivized ones, right? Where people got sent the product for free. And then the 1-star all say, don't listen to the 5-star reviews. This is terrible. People said it made them look older, that it settled into their skin, that it didn't blur anything. And I have to say, that was not my experience. I mean, yes, I got sent this for free, but you guys know that I will tell you if I don't like something, whether it's PR or not. I actually thought this looked really nice. I don't know if people are maybe applying too much or not enough, or if they have a different skin type than I do, or maybe if they were thinking that this was more of like a setting powder versus finishing. And those are two very different things. This is not going to necessarily control oil throughout the day. It's really just meant to give that final airbrushed finish to your skin and make your pores look a little more blurred. And while I don't think it was like life-changing, like it took every pore out of my face, I did think it made my skin look smoother. So I'm going to show you a really close up before and after, just so that you can see. I took pictures with my phone. I feel like it's easier to see that way than on video. And if you look at the pores on my cheek, I mean, I really think it looks quite a bit smoother after using this powder. Again, it's not perfect. It doesn't completely take them away, but I didn't think this made my skin look any worse, let's put it that way. And it did just give it that nice mattified look, but not too matte either. It's very skin-like, very natural. I love that it doesn't have flashback. I actually think this is a really nice powder, so I have to disagree with the negative reviews. I didn't have a bad experience with this at all, and I've used it 3 times now. I'm wearing it again today. I think it works great, no complaints, but if you are looking for a blurring powder that maybe is a little less expensive than this one, I highly recommend the new one from L'Oreal. I know I've talked about that a couple times in videos now. That one is also phenomenal, and it blurs your skin and just looks so natural. That one is a loose powder versus pressed, or this one's baked, I think. But if you're more on a budget, definitely check that one out, because I think that one's beautiful too. I use that as a finishing powder and it's amazing. All right, let's move on to eyes. I did try the new Viseart palette twice. I'm wearing it in the video today, and I'll tell you quickly what colors I used. So I used this one in the crease over here on the side. Then I put this purple shimmer on the outer corner, and it actually kind of came out gray when I put it on my lid. I was a little disappointed that it didn't look as purple as it does in the pan. And then I put this silver shimmer on my lid from like the inner corner to about the middle. So I used more of the cool tones today, but I also did a warm tone look with this palette the other day. And I used that same shade in my crease, and then I used the dark brown matte in my outer corner, and I put this one on the lid. It's really beautiful. So I'll show you what that look came out like. And you know, I do like the versatility of this palette. I think you can do a warm tone look like you see here, or you can do something a little cooler like I have today. But is it my absolute favorite Viseart palette? Probably not, just because a lot of the looks that you can get out of this tend to lean deep and smoky, and I'm just not a smoky eye person most of the time. So I'll probably continue to reach for either my Paris Reveries one or the Cyrenuse. I love that one as well. When it comes to the formula of this, I have no complaints at all. It's really just more of a personal preference, color story kind of thing. I think it's nice for a smoky palette for sure, but I don't see myself reaching for this as much as some of the other ones in my collection. So, you know, it just depends. If you like a smoky eye, you might really enjoy this one. Also, let's talk new mascaras. So I did try the Milk Makeup Kush mascara the other day, and you know, it wasn't my favorite. I didn't feel like it gave me the biggest lashes. I felt like I had to keep building it and building it. And because the brush is a little bit on the bigger side, it felt a little clumsy. I felt like I kept hitting my lid with it. And in the end, I just felt like my lashes weren't as long or full as they get with some other formulas. Another thing I wasn't crazy about is that when you are combing this through, there's no tension in the brush. Like the brush just kind of glides over your lashes. And the formula does feel really lightweight, and I think that was one of the claims of this new formula, is that it's supposed to be lightweight and not weigh your lashes down. And I totally agree with that. I think it does feel like a really lightweight formula, so that was nice. But at the same time, I don't know, every time I combed it through, I felt like not enough product was depositing on my lashes, and it just wasn't gripping like I wanted it to. But today I'm wearing the new Thrive one. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but I'm wearing the charcoal gray color, and I actually really like this. It gives a little bit of a softer look. I love this formula already. So if you're wondering about good tubing mascaras, you honestly can't go wrong with this. It's fantastic. But the charcoal color just gives you a little bit of a softer look versus the jet black. So again, I think it's just a personal preference thing. If you love like a jet black mascara, you'll love the black version of the Thrive because that one really is very inky. It's not a grayish black like a lot of mascaras can be. It's very, very dark. So I know a lot of you love that about it. But if you have lighter eyelashes and you don't like that, then check this one out. I think it's really nice. Next up, when it comes to blushes, I tried the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color the other day when I did that warm tone look, and I used the shade Milk and Cookies. And I really loved the way that this went on. It instantly made my cheek look smoother. It just kind of blurs all your pores right away. It has this moussey feel. It made my one cheek look so smooth compared to the other. There was a very visible difference. So I loved that. I think this is actually even more blurring than the powder version of these blushes. So I love that. And also it has that toasted marshmallow fragrance. So it smelled really good when I was putting it on. I mean, overall, great experience. I did use this on my lips the other day too. I didn't show that, but as I was putting it on my lips, I realized something. It is super similar to these new NYX squishy matte lip balms. It feels almost identical. And I use these on my cheeks too. And they basically do the same thing. They also blur and smooth all your pores. I know that the NYX ones don't claim to be a blush. They're just for lips, but obviously you can use it on your cheeks if you want to. This one claims that it's for both, but honestly, there's not a lot of difference between them. So if you want to save a couple bucks, just get the NYX one and use it on both your lips and cheeks and you'll be good because they feel identical. I actually swatched them both on my hand and was like kind of playing around with them. And honestly, the formula felt the same to me. I couldn't tell the difference. So again, I love these. I think they're fantastic. If it's not in your budget though, or even if it is and you just don't want to spend the money, try the NYX ones. I think you'll really like them. The only thing is the NYX have also a strong scent, so I want to put that out there. And these are all different depending on the color you get. So the Too Faced all have the toasted marshmallow smell, but the NYX ones, they vary depending on the color. So some of them might smell like watermelon, some of them might smell like berries or coconut. It just depends. So I think to use either one of these, you're going to have to be cool with scented cheeks. But I do think the NYX ones are a dupe for sure. Next up, we have the Moira Marvelous Baked Blushes. I'm wearing one today. This is Rose Cupcake number 5. And as you can see, my cheeks are very glowy. I'll just go ahead and put a little bit more on. Now, like I said, these don't have glitter. They're definitely not going to like give you sparkle all over your face, which is great, but they are going to exaggerate the texture a little bit. So I had put my foundation on. I used the One Size powder today. My skin was looking really smooth. And then I put this on and all of a sudden my pores are kind of just back in full force, which, you know, not a huge deal. I don't really care, but I just want to mention it because anything that has more of a glow is going to sort of bring out any texture that you might have on your face. So just something to keep in mind. But you know what? I love a glowy cheek, and sometimes you just want to wear something like this and nobody's really going to look at your pores unless they're right up close to your face anyway. So for me, it's not really a big deal, but I always get questions from people asking, you know, is this going to make my pores look bigger? So I just want to say that, but it's kind of par for the course with anything that's not matte. So overall, I think these are beautiful. I prefer them to something like the Milani baked blushes because a lot of those tend to have glitter and sparkle, and I'm not a fan of that. So I love how these are more pearly. They're a little closer to something like the Laura Geller baked blushes, I think. So anyway, definitely something to check out as well. And then when it comes to the Morphe lip products, I did try both. I used one of the matte lipsticks the other day, again, when I was doing that warm tone look, and I used the shade Soufflé, which is a beautiful rosy brown. And I was super impressed with this formula. At first, I thought it was going to be like the new CoverGirl blurring matte lip balms, and it's not really because these are not as blurring as the CoverGirl. I have to say that, but I find that these are not quite as matte either. They have just like a hint of something. Like they're just maybe a satin finish, but they are super comfortable to wear, really smooth on my lips. I didn't feel like the color was settling into lines. And also, my lips never felt dry when I was wearing this either. So I really liked this. I'm not a matte lipstick person. Most of the time I'm wearing balms and glosses, but when I do want that look, I think this is definitely one of the most comfortable options I've tried, and the colors are really beautiful too. So I definitely recommend checking these out if you like matte lipsticks that aren't dry. And then when it comes to the lip liners, I mean, there's not too much to say about lip liner, but the thing that I love about this formula is that, like I said earlier in the video, they're not too like emollient and creamy, and they're also not too stiff. So I feel like when I'm applying them, I'm actually wearing this one today. This is Girl Talk. When you're applying them, they don't drag on your lips at all. I'm actually wearing this as a lipstick. I put a balm down and then I put this on top. So they don't drag, but also they have a little bit of grip to them, so they're not going to slide around, they're not going to move. So I really like that about them. I used the shade Makeup Talk the other day when I was doing that warm tone look, but I think these perform really well, and I actually like the wooden pencils that you can sharpen because you can keep them really sharp and precise versus the ones you twist up, because those always get kind of dull. So yeah, I think these are a great budget lip liner if you're in the market for one. And if you watch the unboxing part of the video, then you saw me compare these to some of the higher end lip liners, and I think while they weren't exact in some cases, they could be alternatives. So anyway, guys, that's everything that I have. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I truly appreciate it. And if you do have some extra time and you'd like to watch another video, I'll put one right up there that you could check out next. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.